Alright, till it's just about finished, you're going to go ahead and take this skillet off of the stove. You just kind of wanted to cook it most of the way through. Alright, you're going to want to set your oven to 350 degrees. And let that warm up. While you're doing that, put a sheet of aluminum foil over the top of a cookie sheet. We're going to take our other ingredients here, and we're going to mix them up in a bowl. So it's going to be a half a tablespoon of ground ginger, and then you're going to take a quarter cup of honey. I'm just using clover honey. You can use organic honey, any kind of honey you want. It's all going to taste about the same. And then we have our chicken. It's kind of mostly cooked over here. We're going to take that and we're going to stick it all in this bowl, and we're going to shake it up. I'm going to put a lid on it and shake it up until it's all evenly coated, and pour it out evenly across the top of this pan. We're going to finish cooking it in the oven, 350 for about maybe 10 minutes, and then switch it to a low broil. That way, make sure it's 10-12 inches away from the top burner. That way you're not, you don't want to burn it super quick. You're only gonna have to leave it in there maybe another 5 or 6 minutes. And when you do that, it's gonna caramelize and kind of crisp up all of that honey on the outside of the chicken. And then we're going to make some rice and put it over the top of rice. I'm going to add the jalapeno peppers at the end. I'm just going to dice them up really, really, really fine, and then kind of put them in there. That way you got to get these little bites of jalapeno. Alright, so make sure you get them all evenly coated. Get that honey off the bottom of the container there. I just went in and put the honey and the ginger in the bottom, put the chicken over the top. Let the kind of steamed juice that came off the chicken, it's going to help kind of moisten it all up so everything gets coated. Alright, time to chop up these peppers and onion. I'm going to use about a quarter to a half of this onion. It's a pretty good sized onion. And then I'm going to use this full green bell pepper and that one full jalapeno. I'm going to dice those up. I'm going to remove the seeds, just so it's not too hot for my daughter. And then I'm going to go ahead and put those in the pan with the chicken. So while the chicken's roasting, the peppers and onions are roasting as well. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like just before I put it in the oven. Remember, I have it set at 350. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on... I'm going to keep watching it, keep an eye on it. I want it to caramelize. That's kind of the ultimate goal of this whole thing. I want those vegetables to caramelize. I want the chicken to get a nice crust on it. And then here, after I hit that 10 to 15 minute marker, I'm going to switch it over to a low broil and keep it at that for another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how that turns out. Each oven's different, so always keep an eye on your food, that way you're not burning it, especially when you have it on broil setting. It's real easy to burn things, but it's also a great way to get a nice charred caramelized top on everything. Okay, for those people who don't know how to make rice, it's a pretty simple thing. It's 2-to-1 ratio. So I want 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water, and then I'm going to add a couple of pads of butter, as opposed to just oil or anything like that, and then about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of salt, depending on how you like your rice. I like mine with a lot of flavor, so I'm probably going to add in 2. Then we're just going to boil the water with the rice in it. Once it reaches a boil, then we're going to shut it off, put a lid on it, and just let it set. It takes 15 to 20 minutes, so it should come out somewhere around the same time that the chicken is finished in the oven. Okay, so I've got 4 cups of water, 2 cups of the rice, a couple pads of butter in there, and then I put about 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to stir this all up, okay, get it nice and mixed together. I'm going to go ahead and let this set until it comes to a boil, and then as soon as you notice that it comes to a boil, put a lid on it, let it set for, 20 minutes or so, and you'll know when it's done because there will be no moisture left. It'll suck up all that water, and the rice will be fluffy and light. Just waiting for the chicken to cook. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, ho, ho, ho. And look at the baby. Hi. You okay? Are you okay? So there is the completed product. I put it over that rice that I made. I'll cook in the oven until it's nice and caramelized on the chicken. And then I like to drizzle just a little bit, just a thin layer of honey over the top of all my chicken, because I really like that honey flavor. But there's a completed product. I will put the complete description of the meal and all the ingredients, times, temperatures, etc. all in the description below. Thank you for watching. Alright, this is my fiance's gut reaction to the honey ginger chicken. It's probably a little hot. It's going home.
Really hot.
Yeah? What do you think? 1 to 10?
I did this again.
Yeah?
That's okay.
Yeah?
There's some spice in that.
You like it?
I do like it.
Awesome. Well, that's a pretty favorable review.